What's going on? It's your man, Skinny Go Live, registered veterinary technologist and social media content creator. And we are back with another episode of Black History Chat with Black veterinary professionals. And again, I have another special guest with us today. This young lady is from not Richmond, Virginia. That was my last guest. I apologize. Today's guest is from Galveston, Texas. But Austin is her home, and she is currently working at Central Texas Veterinary Specialty and Emergency in the emergency department. You guys help me welcome Ashley Bell to the show. What is up, Ashley?
Hello. How's everyone doing today?
Man, having a blast. Did you work today, Ashley, or nah?
I did not actually had my off day today. I have 3 days on and 4 days off. So my last day enjoying it, and then I'm back to work tomorrow.
Oh, so what are you doing? What are you enjoying on your off days?
I usually like to just chill at home, or when I can, I go have, spend time with my sisters or with my friends.
Oh, awesome. Well, do you make time for your pets on your day off, Ashley?
I do. They like to run the field and do zoomies. So, and I also have kids. So on off days, I try to do things with them as well.
That's awesome. Spend a little time with the kids, spend a little time with the families, but definitely taking care of yourself. Yes. But so in all that time, I hear that you are you just enrolled into the Purdue Distance Learning Program. So how do you make time for that as well? Or is that just kind of a new thing that's happening? You're going to have to kind of figure it out.
Yes, very new to me. I've never done any type of online learning, so it's a very new experience for me, but it seems to be going pretty smooth, getting a lot of tips from other classmates who've already been in the school for a semester or two, so I'm getting a lot of pointers from them. So it's going real easy right now.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on your new endeavor, and I'm sure that you would do great at it. And again, it's always a struggle with anything we're gonna do, right? But again, failure is part of the process, or struggle is part of the process. And even if you do fail, you have to kind of pick yourself back up. But we got your back, Ashley, at United Veterinary Care. And again, I know some amazing folks in the Purdue program. And again, it's an awesome program. So I anticipate that you will do well. So before getting into the Purdue program, what got you into vet med? What got you into vet med? Because you don't normally see someone like ourselves in the vet med space. So what kind of got you into vet med?
This goes way back. I just had 2 kittens named Tom and Jerry, 2 little Siamese kittens, and ever since then, it was on my mind. I have to work with animals.
You got to tell me about Tom and Jerry. How you get Tom and Jerry?
I have no clue. My mom and dad found them somewhere, and we had those kittens for a while. And,
really?
Until they were adults, and then, things happened, so I don't even remember what happened.
Right.
And then from there, we just always had pets. So
that's
it was
awesome.
Just my number one thing in life was to be dedicated to finishing high school to go work with animals.
That is awesome, Ashley. So let me ask you this, because my parents I had traditional parents. So when I say traditional Black parents, it was a lot of stuff, that I want to do. They love the fact that I love animals, but it was it's a limit to what you want to do, which you're I couldn't bring the dog in the house or the cats in the house. Were you able to do all that, bring them in and everything?
All the pets, all the animals I found, the frogs, going to the creek and bringing a bowl of fish back, all the animals. She let us keep them all the time, and I love that. So
that is awesome.
Always there for me when it came to the animals.
So that is super cool. That is super cool. So your parents knew early on in life, they're all right, she like animals, we're gonna support this.
Yes, very much so, and they very much did, and I appreciate my parents.
That is awesome. And that's my thing. My dad did the same thing. He was always, I know you like animals. And he did definitely expose me a lot of more to farm animal type deal, because he was a farm boy. So, yeah, man, all goats. And to this day, right, he love his goats. He got goats and he love them. And, I go home and, it's just one of them peace of mind things. And like you said, being I had a supportive parents too, as far as endeavors that I want to do. And I think that's very important, especially us being African-American kids. in any culture where where you may be the minority and you need that exposure. So your parents actually, helping, say, well, I support that, what you're trying to do. I think that's very big. That's very big. So you've been working at Central Texas Veterinary Specialty and Emergency in the emergency and critical care department. How has that been going, and how long have you been working there?
So 3 years now. This coming up in 2 weeks.
Nice.
And I don't know where emergency has been all my life. It's the most exciting thing. You see different things every day.
Right.
Like things you wouldn't think of, you would see it. And before that, I was working in, the primary care since about 2007. So emergency is kind of new for me these past 3 years, but I have caught on really quick, and I just feel like I should have been here in the first place.
Oh man, you sound like me. You sound like me, Ashley. It's just something about emergency and critical care. I think it's because we get a lot of everything, right? Because we got to know a lot.
The adrenaline.
Yeah, you got to think on your toes. Yep.
Yes. See, you got to come with it real quick.
You ain't got time. We ain't got time to be sitting here humming and hawing. We need,
Yeah, moving slow. You got to move fast, multitask, do different things at the same time.
Right.
I love it. I love the rush.
And so you can attest to this, Ashley. And this one thing that I say I love about emergency and critical care, right? When that rush comes in or that emergency comes in, nobody is really saying what needs to be done. We already know what needs to be done, and we working around each other. Right? Like we know somebody already got the catheter in. Somebody's like, hey, grab me this or do that. And you just
somebody's writing down the vitals and all of it. So
I love the chaos. I love the organized chaos, man. It is so great. What is probably your favorite part of emergency and critical care?
I think my favorite part is actually meeting different people because everyone's been in, different type of settings. So you learn something different or, that you didn't know from someone else who, worked in a totally different state or they've worked with large animals, which I've never done. So I've wanted to work with large animals. So
that's
now
awesome.
that I'm getting my license, I'll probably be able to do that.
Yeah.
So
that is awesome. Well,
some new people.
And you mentioned something that, and I don't know if you had a chance to either have that experience. Do you, or even think about it, do you feel maybe like obligated sometimes or feel is your need, being a part of that culture when someone comes into the clinic that looks like you with their dog and they may not clearly understand what may be going on? Do you feel like it's your obligation sometimes to go in and maybe chat them up and talk to them and see how they're doing? Do you feel like you have to do that, or do you feel like a want to do that sometimes?
Yeah, it's not a have to. I feel like it's just a want. Like I just want people to be more educated about their pets because people are just don't know about animals. So so it's hard to come in there and something's wrong, and then we're on the other side and we're trying to judge, but we can't. And I know how we how it is. So I just try to educate instead of, feeling like, oh no, I'll just, let it go. I just like educating people. So
that is awesome. And we need more of that, right? And we need more of that in that space. And I'll tell you, you're definitely doing a service to the culture. I was telling a friend of mine, I often will have, friends that will maybe, they're like, hey, Skinny, this is going on, X, Y, and Z. And, I tell them, hey, you probably need to go to the vet. They're like, all right, cool. And they will go to the vet, right? They will go to the vet, and we'll say, I've had this happen more than once. They will step out and like, can I call a friend? And they'll call me and be like, the vet said X, Y, and Z. Does this sound right? And I'm like, of course it's right. Like the vet, but it just,
it's the vet.
Yeah, it's the vet. Of course, but it's that thing. It's the fact that they just don't know, right? They don't know. Yeah. And it's the first time it's happening. And they say, okay, I hear you. And it's not that I don't trust you, but I know someone in this industry that looks like me. I just want to make, and the thing is like, right. And it shouldn't be that way, but I do understand. And I think that's why it's more important. That's why it's extremely important that we become more inclusive and we diversify vet med as much as possible. So I totally. So as far as vet med, so let me ask you this: if someone younger, let's say someone 8, 9, young lady came up to you and was interested in vet med, what are some of the things that you would probably maybe advise her as far as what she should probably do, being of the age of 8 or 9? What are some things that we can start doing or expose them to kind of get them on this pathway to becoming veterinary professionals?
Of course, you want to stay in school because you can't get too far without staying in school. Also exposing them to, animals, going to volunteer at shelters or, outside of Austin, they have like little farms with like pigs and goats that you can volunteer every weekend. So yeah, and I feel like having that, behind them, and when they get older and they, want to go work in a vet clinic, they'll have that to show, that they've worked with animals, even though it's not like technical like we do. They still have a little type of experience or a little bit of knowledge, on these animals before they just, go straight into working with the animals.
I agree wholeheartedly. And like you said, and like so many others this week have said, right, is that exposure and giving them that opportunity to, to have that hands-on experience. And the one thing I will tell anybody who is listening, and especially those who have kids, if your kid may have a special interest right now, right, like basketball or baseball, and they are just all in it, still take the time to expose them, to animals or whatnot. I can't tell you how many other endeavors that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a music executive at one point. I wanted to do a lot of things. But I was exposed to animals, right? And that was my heart. And I feel like a lot of times it's your calling, right? Vet man is often your calling. Like we don't do this for the money. We don't do this for the, we have to
love it.
You have to love it. We see, you and I especially, we see a number of euthanasias every day, right? And we have to pick up the pieces and go back to the next case. So it takes special folks like ourselves to do that. And, again, being the minorities in the space, I would love to see more of us embrace veterinary medicine. So
for sure.
I love it. I love it. And your pets, I always have to ask all my folks. So how many pets do you have, Ash?
So I have 3 pets.
Oh.
I have a ball python.
Wow.
Her name is Myra. I've been having her for about 3 years.
Wow. How long or how big is she?
She's probably, I'll say maybe like 3.5 feet.
That's too many feet for me.
She was really small when I got her, so yeah, she's just gonna get bigger. So I'm ready for it.
You can have that. I don't do snakes. What else you got?
It's cool though to learn about the snakes too. So
you know what? Good. And become an expert.
It's more for my kids though. It's more for my kids.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still teaching them about that too.
That's awesome.
I also have a bully mix. He's real short, tan and white. His name is Biggie Smalls. And then I have one that I rescued at my job. Actually, they were going to euthanize him, so I saved him, and his name is Papa.
Oh.
So I have Biggie and Papa, and then I have Myra.
Biggie, Papa, Myra, and you had 2 cats, Tom and Jerry. Love it.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love when people give people, fun names to animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I met a biscuit and gravy the other day. I was like, that's the best.
Love it.
I was like, see, that's, and I'm starting to like the people name of dogs a little bit. Like, I don't know what, like a Gary. I don't know what is funny about that, but a dog named Gary. Yeah, Kevin. This is Kevin. Like, what? Like, for real? All right, cool. I dig it. I love stuff like that. It just
makes the animal cooler for some reason.
Right.
They have it's a weird for animals to have it, but it's still a cool name.
It's a cool name. And it was funny, right? And it's like my name is like Walter. I hated my name growing up as a kid. Loved it when I got older because I'm like, I don't meet too many Walters. And then over the last 2 years, I've met more Walters, the dogs. Oh my gosh. So many. And they all dogs. They're like, hey, meet Walter. I'm like, here we go. It's one of them days in the clinic. People used to do it all the time. Hey, Walter, this is Walter. And I'm like, great. Another
You
dog.
gotta meet them though. You gotta go meet them.
Yeah, like this is like you're not doing yourself a service if you don't meet a dog in the clinic that has your name.
The dog with the same name. There you go. You ain't doing it right.
You ain't doing it right. You'll love that man, like you say.
Yeah.
But awesome. That is awesome. Well, Ashley, I know you're busy and it's your day off, so I want you to make sure you enjoy your day off. But I definitely want to thank you for taking the time to chat with us for this Black History Month chat. And again, we appreciate you taking that time out of your schedule, and we even more appreciate you for being a student in the Purdue program. Looking forward to your pushing forward and making your career the best that it could be. So we appreciate you.
Very welcome, and thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate it. And Ashley, if you need anything, you know where to find us. But for everyone who is listening to this episode, we appreciate you all. And again, we will see y'all back at another time with Black History Chat with Black veterinary professionals.